All right, so hopefully you're watching this video second. I've already posted the first video that went through how to complete the error analysis steps. So now my purpose of this video is to show you how this would look on one of your test taking questions and show you how it should look on your paper when you're doing it. Yeah, I took my nails off. All right, so if you're looking at the screen, you'll see question number 13. This came straight from your benchmark. So, yes, feel free to write this down. Use Google Docs. However, you want to submit it is really up to you, okay? But the question needs to be written first and foremost, all right? Or copied and pasted over. I got this from the attachment of the test. So, first thing you want to do is read the question carefully, all right? Once you read the question, I want you to pull out tier two and tier three words. Well, what are those, Miss Parker? What? So if you go refer back to the past document, you'll see what they are. And I have it highlighted for you to see big and bold. Okay. Tier two words are all big, difficult, or challenging non-social studies related terms. Excuse me. So when I go back to the question, um, my 8 faithful students who logged on today, they pulled these out and did this kind of for you. They pulled out respond and decision. Respond and decision will be considered challenging words for anybody who just may not have a big vocabulary. So we don't want to underestimate any words to look easy. Okay. So respond is pulled out in decision. Now, tier three words, let's go back and see. Tier three words are words that are related to social studies only. No matter whose class you're in, this is a social studies term. Okay. So going back to my example, they pulled out General Assembly, Georgia Assembly, because that is a social studies word that we learned in social studies, Supreme Court, and Brown versus Board of Education. Also, notice how these words are defined. Having that definition on hand will allow for you to deepen your understanding and hopefully get the question right. But if you don't know what they mean, it's like trying to move to Mexico without learning Spanish. You're going to be confused. Okay, so you got to practice that language of the standard. All right, and more importantly, the language of the test. If you don't know how to speak test taking language, that's why you don't do so good. Okay, so I defined it. Let's say you're unsure of another word to say respond or another way to say decision. What can you do? Google it. Google it. So let me show you what that would look like. So if I was to Google, let's see, I'm looking for a synonym. That's what it's called. So I can do respond synonym. Okay. Boom, to say something in reply, or you can also click the down arrow key, um, just kind of for more information. I'm gonna go to a thesaurus. A thesaurus is always the best. A thesaurus's job is to literally, like I said, look at it, to give you words that also mean that. Okay. So this will be a great source, thesaurus.com. Now I'm gonna go back to my document. Okay. To answer, to react, okay, decision, to make up your mind, conclusion. These were all examples from my kids earlier today. All right, let's go to step two. So notice how we defined everything. We pulled all the key words out. If you want to underline them to make sure that you got it, okay, cool. Moving on. Step two. In step two, I essentially match the colors with up here. All right. And I replace, because step two says to reword the question. Yes, you must write down how you reworded the question in your own words. Well, if you define it like you were supposed to up here, I'm just going to take our reworded answers and plug it into the question. So this is how I reworded it. How did Georgia's lawmakers notice that I took out General Assembly because we said they make laws for Georgia? React, I took out respond and I put react to the highest court of the nation. So Supreme Court. Okay, you get where I'm going with this. Okay, so I just pretty much plugged in all my own words from when I defined it in my tier two and tier three chart. After you reword it in your own words, then on step number three, you're going to eliminate two wrong answer choices. Okay, now one thing I can say about number three is that okay, well, actually, I'm gonna pause right here because my video is gonna pause anyway, and then I'll pick up with step three and four in just a sec. So Stay tuned for the next episode.